Thank you very much.
All right. So, Adnan, first off, if you can explain what this Children's Parliament is so we get a bit of a context before going into the conversation.
The Children's Parliament, as you see, is a body of young children who have representatives from the 27 local government of Borno State. And what the Children's Parliament is doing is advocating for children's rights, protection of their rights, and advocacies on issues that affect the children in terms of access to basic amenities, access to school, access to good water, access to hospitals, and what have you. And with the recent insurgency in Borno State, the Children's Parliament is having currently an effective representation from the 20 local government. And I think its advocacies is what led to the passage of the Child Protection Law in 2022. So the Children's Parliament in Borno State is doing more than enough in the protecting and advocating for child rights in the state. As you can see, there is not even the Child Protection Law that has become to the Child Rights Act now. There's also the Violence Against Children Prohibition Law, the VAP law, which has made some stringent prohibitions in the act that prohibits people from inflicting injury or anything bad to young children in the state.
And how was the reception like from the local communities as well as leaders to the call from the Children's Parliament? Were they there during the session, and what was their response like?
Okay, can you come again?
I was asking about the response. What was the response? How was the reception from the community and leaders? Were the leaders of the community present during the presentation of the parliamentary session with the children? What was their call? What was their response like?
I think the response of the community is a very welcome response. I think the community is very much happy with the activities of the parliament because it has reshaped and rekindled the thought of children in Borno State. So the response is actually positive, and I think it's going to continue to be that because of the activities and the advocacies which the Children's Parliament is advocating for are things that will bring a rapid development to not only the children but to Borno State in its entirety.
Now, Mr. Mukhtar, we are aware that UNICEF is involved in this Children's Parliament. It's a radio program, isn't it? It's Rarrafe Yaro. I can't pronounce it. It's in Hausa. Maybe you can help me out and explain to us exactly on what medium this goes and how they're able to put out all of this information.
I think this Rarrafe Yaro Kan Tashi is a program which the UNICEF is actually supporting the Children's Parliament to be doing. When we say the Rarrafe Yaro Kan Tashi, it means at least inspiring, giving career talks to young children, which means that gradually a child grows. That means that putting ambition into the young children so that they can become responsible and good people in the future. You can see even in the Children's Parliament sometimes during their sittings, you will be seeing the children, some of them wearing a low wig and gown. Some of them are, appearing like they are medical doctors. Some of them are appearing like they are engineers. This is all in a way to, inspire other young children to become much more responsible, to become much more ambitious in, deciding for their future. So the Rarrafe Yaro Kan Tashi, I think, is a program that will help these children in inspiring them, in guiding them, so that they can, at least grow to become future leaders. So the program is being supported by UNICEF, and it's a very good one. And unlike other children's parliaments in other states, I think Borno State is having this special treatment because of the insurgency it has gone through in the past days.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Mukhtar, so we've talked about the anatomy of this children's parliament and how it came to be and the support that it has gotten. How fun it is, but how seriously is it being taken by the authorities? What the children have put forward regarding their concerns, which authorities have shown interest perhaps in taking on these responsibilities that have been noted by the kids?
You see, in Borno State, we can say that the government of Borno State is giving the children parliament in the state a very, very good care, because in 2022, the child protection bill was, it is a baby, and it's come as a result of the advocacy of the children's parliament. And at last it became a law. It was signed by the state government, and the state government is providing this children parliament with its state house of assembly whenever it's going to have a sitting. So I think even this child protection bill that has become a law now, is the child protection law, is courtesy of the children's parliament, is part of its advocacies, and it has become something of reality today. I think we cannot just say that the government is not giving it much care. The government is giving it much care, is giving it much attention. It's only that we are just going to call on other state governments to emulate the government of Borno State. As you can see now, the children's parliament in Borno State is even much more effective, and it's always in the media, it's always on the news, on the headlines, because of its activities.
Now, given the insecurity in Borno State and the situation and how dire it might be, and just the issues that the children raised at the parliamentary session, what more can the media do to amplify the voices of the children? We know that UNICEF is doing their bit, but what more should local media do to amplify the voices of the children?
You see, as you know, the media is a very, very powerful and strategic tool in the dissemination of information. And the media changes, I think, things from the way it's supposed to be, from the way that it's not supposed to be to the way that it's supposed to be. So this is like in Borno State, I think even the Save the Children, apart from the UNICEF, are doing enough to support the children's parliament. That is why it's always on the news. And what makes it on the news is its activities is always covered by the local media. And as you know, that many young people now, young men and women now, if you go to other states of the Federation, you will find out that some of them are not even aware of the children parliament. Like me, when I was a young man, I'm aware of the children parliament. I used to see their activities on the television, but these days I don't normally see it to even show it to my children, because its visibility on the media is very, very low. I think I will just use this opportunity to call on state governments and all the authorities concerned that the activities of the children parliament should be, well disseminated, not only on the national media, but also on the local media, because our people here, especially here in the north, are more familiar with, listening to local news content. And I think through that, even the issue of this Rarrafe Kan Tashi, if it's going to have much visibility on our local radio and television stations in Borno State and other parts of the country, I believe that the mission and the target of the program and the vision of the program is going to be well achieved by, using the media. So I think what you just said, give our voice, we should raise our voice on that. That it should be well publicized, the activities of the children parliament, so that it can serve as an inspiration to the younger children that are coming up.
All right. And then finally, I must say thank you so much. But let's just a bit more about education. Or rather, the age of the children. Forgive me. The parliament. What was the ranges of the children? Just talk to us about the age and the children that are members of this parliament.
Yeah, most of these children, you will find out that actually I am something that I think I must say a very big thank you for even drawing my attention to. But most of the children that you see in the children parliament, I think their age, most of them I think started from like 7 to 13 years. I think even the current speaker of the children's parliament in Borno State, who of recent told the world that she wants to become a lawyer, you find out that that young girl is not, I think, up to 13 years. So most of them are not, up to 13 years, 7 to 13 years, because at that age, the children are, much more ambitious, and they can talk, they can present themselves to the public. They are not shy of saying things. I think most of them, you will find out that they're in JS1, JS2, and the primary 5, primary 6 of their primary schools. You hardly find someone who is in JSS3 or SS1 in the children's parliament. And somebody who is in SS1, you will hardly find him at the age of, I think, 7 or 8 or 9.
Right. And you said the Speaker of the Parliament is a girl, is a young girl. So let's talk about the ratio, boy to girl ratio. Is it equal, or is it more girls? Girl power. Adnan.
Yeah, she's a young girl of recent in the media. She was even telling the world that she wanted to become a lawyer, and as you said, that she's a very young girl. I think even her participation in the children's parliament will actually inspire young women in Borno State, and it's also going to, boost the issue of the girl child education, not only in Borno State but in the entire country. So the young girl is not up to 13 years. I'm not sure of her age, but I'm optimistic that she's not going to pass that age.
All right.
Adnan, Mukhtar, thank you very much for sharing with us your morning and giving us the details about the happenings at the Children's Parliament there in Borno State. Well, we hope that everything that they've submitted is taken seriously by your authorities and definitely worked on. Thank you once again, Adnan.